SPW. This side was the Meguiar's. So we did the front bumper, the lower valence, and then split the hood down the middle. Headlights as well. There's not really a significant difference from self-repelling cleaning abilities. I mean, there's clearly more bugs on the Meguiar side, but that could just be, you know, luck of the draw that they hit this side of the bumper. So we won't really know until we actually try to wash this to see if either one of these clean off a little bit better. But the bumper in general is tagging pretty good. This is just after just over a month. And then as far as the hood goes, I mean, there's not really any crazy difference. The Meguiar side is still pretty smooth. There might be a little bit more slickness on the Meguiar side, honestly. I don't want to rub it too much when it's dirty. But both sides still have good shine. There's still a good amount of dirt on both sides, so pretty close so far. So what we'll do is we'll get this thing and washing it and see which one, if either, performs better. Alright, what's up guys? So we're doing the 35-day checkup here on this Chrysler Pacifica. So basically what we did on this side is we did a couple different application methods with Clearfinish SPW, and then we used the Meguiar's ceramic detailer. We kind of use them more as a protection aspect versus the way they're traditionally meant to be used, which is more of a waterless. We did test it in some spots, but we really wanted to see longevity and self-cleaning abilities. So you can kind of see we got some gunk and some bugs on the front here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of set the camera up and we're going to wash it and just see how well they clean, and then do some, I guess, closer videos here and kind of show you some of the abilities they had or didn't have, and kind of do a follow-up and go from there. So we're going to get washing this thing, get it prepped and ready to go, and we'll have a little bit more content just shortly for it. Alright, so from early testing here, I guess I'll move my camera. Neither one of these really got the bugs off too well. They're both still sticking pretty bad. But I noticed that the Meguiar's a little bit better bead maybe. Whereas when we originally did it, that Clearfinish did more of that sheeting, that hydrophilic sheeting. So that could just be the protectant, and that's just how it reacts. We'll do the hood here and see how the hood looks. Of course, this hasn't been washed, so there's still a ton of dirt on there. We'll do a time lapse and wash it and see how it holds up. But on water contact, it's really not taking care of these bugs at all. These bugs are stuck on there pretty good. We'll spray down the hood and see how this looks here. So both of these here are still pretty good. Again, again, you got more of that sheeting from SPW. And about the same, actually. Meguiar's is sticking a little bit up there. Of course, this isn't washed. A lot of the dirt's still sticking for both of these, so without any soap or wash media, all the bugs and everything are still sticking, so there's really no difference there. But of course, that's why we did this test, because this car does not get washed for 30 days. So this is a ton of dirt, a ton of grime, a lot of minerals kind of building up on here. So it's a pretty good test. So we'll set this up. Austin's getting the one side of the car here. We're going to start foaming it up and getting the rest of it. So we were able to get the bumper clean. However, it did take quite a bit of bug remover, which definitely kind of broke down what was left. So you can kind of see here on the, this is the SPW side. It's actually about the same, it's just, it's cleaner, but you can see the beading isn't as tight. It's definitely not, you can see out here where it's all sticking. The bug remover definitely did a number on it, which is expected. All over here where I had to use the bug remover, you can see it's just completely sticking. So there's some areas where it just broke it down more. I don't know if that's because, you know, wind and whatnot is hitting it here. Too many factors to fully understand, but the bug remover definitely did a number on it. On this side, on the Meguiar side, it almost completely stripped it off. I mean, it's pretty much not. You can actually see here where that line is. It's still kind of sheeting right there. There's that line right there. So the SPW, and you can see here, yeah, you can definitely see the SPW sticking. So it broke it down, because right about here was where I kind of stopped. So it's like some of the Meguiar's was lasting, but then by the time we get over here, there's really not. It pretty much completely stripped it off. So from the looks of this, it looks like the SPW has a little bit more tolerable to an enzyme-based bug cleaner, meaning it has a little bit more pH tolerance. So obviously some good information there. But yeah, the Meguiar's is pretty much gone at this point. You can see here where I didn't really use the bug remover. It's still kind of working a little bit up on the hood. You can see where I sprayed the bug remover, where it's sticking and sheeting and repelling off. Up here where I didn't really use the bug remover, you can see it still has some beading ability. So, but then same thing over here with the SPW. It pretty much beat it up too. Not beat it up, beat it up. But the bug remover wasn't really used, it's still performing. So honestly, neither one of these really held up too well against the bug remover. For whatever reason down here, the SPW on the front bumper, it was holding up completely well. All right, so here we have it indoors. You can get a little bit better view of it here. It was kind of hard to see with the way the light was. But you can see both these are still, where the bug remover wasn't sprayed, it was actually still decent. But you can see that there's still some things that were left in the paint even from after washing. So we'll have to more than likely do a nano clay on that. So that was one little spot there on the Meguiar side. But I kind of just remisted it down when I sprayed it in. But you can see where there's that sticky, where I sprayed the bug remover, it kind of instantly beat it up. So you know, right here, it kind of stripped it off. There's a little bit in the middle here, and right here, and I put a little bit more force So that could have, you know, been the reason why it beat it up a little bit more. And then right here too, I think there's a bug or something up here. So you can kind of see, you know, this is a product that really, either one of these are going to have to be applied once a month. I'm still kind of, I don't want to say in awe, but these both beat it up well, and then as soon as you put the bug remover on the Meguiars, it was gone, whereas the SPW lasted pretty good. It's, you know, it's not perfect. It's, some of it's still there, but definitely some more chemical tolerance there. So just to give you a better idea, there is still some protection. It's not amazing. It's not a super tight bead like it was when we first put it on, and you can see here where the bug remover kind of beat up SPW, and there was some force introduced to kind of get those bugs off. But neither one of these really did an amazing job of resisting bugs. But when it doesn't really matter, you know, where, you know, what kind of car you are or what you have, what you put on the car. If you leave bugs on there for 35 days, as heavy as these were, I know this is from when she had originally gotten the car, and I mean, that's in the paint, that it's completely ate through the paint, and that was on there when we had first done it. So there's some things that just won't come off. So maintenance is definitely key. Neither one of these products are too bad. So I'll do a quick follow-up here and give you a recap. All right, so there you have it. Those are the results. So from what you could see from the video, that van is driven a lot. Like I said, it is daily driven, if I could talk. Daily driven a lot. There's a lot of bugs, a lot of contamination that it comes in contact with. So I guess it wasn't surprising to see, you know, they both fared pretty well. I honestly wouldn't put one in front of the other. The bugs were still a pain in the butt to come off. There were still some hydrophobics. I think really the only surprise from the testing was the pH or the chemical resistant abilities of the SPW. So you could see from the video where it basically stripped and broke down the Meguiar ceramic detailer, but the SPW held up a lot better. That's probably because this is more of a silica based. It's a little bit stronger. It's got more additives, whereas the Meguiar's doesn't really have as much. I wasn't really able to look up the chemical composition of the Meguiar's. It's pretty much all trade secrets. I could go into what is actually in the SPW, but it would kind of be irrelevant. It's not really fair to say what's in this. But I can tell you from the testing, you can definitely see that there's definitely stronger properties, chemical resistant properties in the SPW. A big thing between these two as well, a gallon of SPW is about 35 bucks. Whereas if you can't really get this in a gallon, but if you were to try to buy a gallon, it's about $70. So this is definitely going to cost you a lot more. And if you can't tell from my gallon, I feel SPW goes a lot further. I only used this on the van that one time. I used it for a couple tests here and there, but I used quite a bit just on the van, just on that front clip. So I don't feel this product goes quite as far, whereas the SPW does. So dollar for dollar, I think there is a slight advantage for the SPW. The performance is very similar though. Like I said, the bugs are still a pain in the butt to get off. It wasn't like one outperformed the other. The SPW, because of the higher silica content, is probably what gave it the better resistance against the chemicals. But you know, either one of these are great. Meguiar's is obviously a big name. I wanted to try it because there's a lot of hype for it. I don't want to say it didn't live up to the hype. It kind of is what it is. It's something that both of these products need constant application. You know, this is something you probably want to do to your car every other week versus every week. Because although it did last on the van, there were still hydrophobics, things like that. The bugs absolutely were the say-all of really these working. You know, the bugs were left on there way too long. You had to go to a bug remover. So if it's something where maybe you wash your car once a week with these or do a touch-up, it'd probably be a lot better. So that's definitely what I would recommend for these products. These are a more frequently applied product, and if you stay on top of that maintenance, I think both of these products will work great. So I do thank you for you guys tuning in. Clearly Corona's getting to me. I can't talk through this whole video, but yeah, really thanks for tuning in. Check both these products out. Clearfinish products, SPW, and obviously a lot of people know the Meguiar ceramic line. I'll drop the links to purchase both of these in the comment section. If you like this video, if it was helpful, please comment and like, add a subscription on there for me. We will have much more videos. My hours are limited, so I'm really not able to do as much as I really wanted to, but I'm trying to do what I can to keep you guys entertained and keep the wheel spinning. So if you like this, again, please like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, and we will see you next time on the detailed review.